Hello. All right, so this is going to be the card that this message is for. Whoever is drawn to this card. I think it was pulled before, so if it might be a continuation of whoever was drawn to this card in the first place, or it might be a brand new message. We will see what it is. It looks like an interesting message anyway. So we're starting with the Messenger of Fire, the Eagle, and the Lower World. Okay. I'm getting a few things, and I'm gonna clarify, as we go on, and see exactly what it's trying to say. I'm getting kind of two things from these two cards. From the first glance that I'm getting when I'm looking at these cards, and I'm gonna let you witness it. Hold on, let me put them together. Okay, it looks like there is this feeling. The first feeling I got when I looked at these three cards is a feeling of envy, envy almost. You know, the fact that this girl this messenger of fire is looking at something, and this something, you see how she has like these little shining, like little orbs around her, like shining orbs around her. And when you're looking at that eagle, there is this over here, there is some sort of almost like it's a continuation of her little energy things. So the two things I'm getting is either there is something that you're feeling drawn to, you're looking at in envy, something that has to do with the lower world, something that has to do with more, I don't know if I could define it necessarily as 3D, but something that you want, because the eagle looks like you're about to grab something, or you want to grab something. I have this feeling of envy getting from this card, but I'm also getting a feeling of how can I say this, of reaching down, being enlightened. The fact of having all these orbs around, and everything like that is enlightened, and going into the lower world to get something, as in it could be a rescue, because there is those little things that are emanating from that eagle. So for me, it's a continuation of you. Are you trying to save something from the lower world, or do you want something that's there? You know what I'm trying to say? It's one of the two, and I'm gonna keep going to see what it says. But I have this feeling that it's you're either wanting something that's there and you're looking at it with envy, or you are rescuing something, reaching your hand into the darkness to pull another one into the light. You know what I mean? It's one or the other. So I'm going to keep going and see what it says, because we're going to... Next we have the Messenger of Water and the Ancient Ones. And it's funny, when the Ancient Ones came out, this card, every time I pull the mystical shaman oracle deck, I always call on the shamans and ancient ones, whoever wants to clarify my divine, because the good tarot I use for divine messages, and then I use the mystical shaman oracle to get more of a shamanistic ancient look on it, but more earthy than divine. You know what I'm trying to say? And when this card fell down, at the moment I asked if the ancient ones had a message. So it was funny, because it was just repeating the words I just said. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Yes, so I feel like you are getting... Okay, the first thing I'm getting when I'm looking at these two cards is the similarity in those headdresses. Okay, both of them have headdresses. So I'm taking that on this picture, this is the Ancient One. This is the guidance you're receiving from your intuition, from elders around you or elders that have passed on, um, energies, earthly energies that are giving you advice. And this is you over here. Look at you. Okay, and so this is what I'm getting from these two cards from the get-go. Um, there is a clear message to, not a clear, but there is a definite message today in these cards. I'm feeling it, so I'm gonna try to get it as right as I can. There's really something. Are you being sent? It's like, are you being sent on a mission? You know, you're getting the intuition to go and reach for something in the 3D to bring it into the light. And maybe you're accepting your mission, but you're not sure. Because with this card, I'm feeling envy or hesitation. Maybe could it be that you are? Okay, I'm gonna put the ancient one cards down because I know it's clarifying to say that this is the ancient one. So this is you receiving your guidance. And when I'm looking at this card here, you know how she's holding her arm like that? Are you a bit reluctant? Like you feel like you have to do it, but you're a bit reluctant to go into the lower world to get it because you're afraid maybe of getting stuck back there. You know, you have bad experiences in that lower world and you don't want to go back. But you're feeling drawn to go. You're being advised to go back to get something, reach something, save something. Yeah, because then the next two cards are the Six of Earth and the Sacrifice. And with the Sacrifice card here, I'm going to take it as it's something that you're going to have to do. Okay? You're going to have, and I'm not going to get too ahead of myself because according to the next few cards, I'm just going to go slowly because I feel like it's an important message. It's something that you have to do and you're kind of reluctant to do it. You have to go into the lower world and grab something. It's kind of like like on a mission. It's something that you're going to do that's going to lead to a transformation again, as in it's going to be beneficial to you. It's part of something that you have to do. As now that you have grown, now that you are a being of light, it's something that you have to do in order to grow more. Because it looks like you're a being of light, but you're still in the baby phase of of the process, okay? You're still at baby phase of the process because there's still some sort of fear. Maybe it's the fact that since you're afraid of going back into the lower world because you fear that it's gonna maybe impact you too much or something like that, bad memories or whatever. The fact that you're afraid is bringing you in this, is showing the fact that you are in the baby phases of being a being of light. Okay, you are. With all the candles on her head, I'm seeing that you've been for a while, like it's been a few years, you know, it's not new to you, but the fact that you're afraid is something that you're gonna need to work on. And maybe it has something to do with this. Maybe just the fact of going back and whatever you're feeling drawn to do, maybe the fact of just going back into that lower world and grabbing whatever is just what they need, or is just what you need to prove to yourself that you can do anything and that you can get out of that lower world intact. You know what I mean? But with this sacrifice card here and the Six of Earth, I feel like you're gonna have to go back in the 3D with that deer head, or that deer with all the pentacles on it. Like it for me, I always see them as awards. It's like you have to go down to the 3D plane with your skills and your talents, everything that you've learned, you know. So you're still emanating a glow, but it's like you have to be transformed into a deer and do what you have to do, you know, and sacrifice this for a little bit, like being a being of light. I don't know how to explain it. It's not, you're not sacrificing a backpack. You are entering a world. You put. Okay, it's coming to me as in, you know how we say that in to come into the 3D, to come into the on the earth, we have a bodysuit. It's the same similarity. Like you're gonna have to put a suit, like that deer or something. It's a strange message. I don't know who this is for or what it's for, but it's like you have to sacrifice and get into this suit of this costume almost, in order to blend in the lower world and get what you have to get, whoever you have to get, whatever you have to get. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's displaying that you still have your skills, you still have your awareness with every, you know, your experiences, your awareness, your gifts and everything. You still have them with you, but you have to make the sacrifice of putting this suit, going back in the lower world to be incognito and getting something out of there. And it's a mission that you're being sent to by the lower world, that is being sent to you by the lower ancient ones. They're you know, this is your mission. Put on this suit and go back there, go back down there, and get this, get them, get this, get whatever. Okay, then we have the Five of Earth and the Many Paths. That's an interesting message. Let's see what the rest have to say, because I'm really curious. Okay, what I'm getting from this card, and it's the first time I'm getting this message from the Many Paths, so it's an interesting one. You have the Five of Earth, the Many Paths, and the Seer, okay? what I'm getting from these three cards is this, the seer, I think, represents you. You're here. The seer represents you. The seer is like a, you know, healing, someone that heals, you know, that has all the tools to heal and everything like that. Now with the many paths over here, for usually I see it, you know, as different options in your life. You know, you have different options, but I feel like there is, at this point right here is where there is this heart. You see it right there? There is a heart here. It's like a meeting of something. It's like you have many paths, but there is one that, and look at her. You see how over here, is it? Yeah, it's here. She has this thing that's like shining out from her. It's like a, I see it as a wound in here, almost. And I'm seeing the similarities with this, and I think this, the seer card only clarifies you as being a healer. Okay, so I'm gonna put it down, and it's like you could have many paths to take. You have many paths to take. You can take any path you want, but there is one path that you don't want to take because it makes you feel wounded, you know. It feel, every time you think about it, it just hurts you, you know. There is many paths that you could take, but there is only one true path, one true way, one true, there's one thing that you have to do, and it's the thing that's wounding you, that because you don't want to do it, or because you're feeling very reluctant to do it. You're like, oh, not that again, oh no, you know, something like that. But next we have the Two of Earth and the mystical shaman. And I think with this is the skill that you're gonna gain, or this is what, yeah, I guess I can put it this way. I'm just looking at the next cards and I'm gonna wait until but yeah, because see how this messenger of fire, you're here, you're gaining your skill, so it's like you're being rewarded for what you did. You're gaining your, maybe you've already done this. It's possible that you've already done this, but if you haven't done it, it's something that you're gonna have to do, but you're reluctant to do it. Or it's something that you were reluctant to do, and you did it anyway because that's what you felt drawn to. And in the end, and you gained another skill. This was sent to you. And now you have this ability. You see how the mystical shaman, the fact that the mystical shaman has an, is a kind of like similar to an eagle. He has an eagle beak, and there's an eagle at the bottom here, and this is you, the display, this display of you, because of those little shining things making up the eagle, you know, like this energy that you are sending out, or that you are manifesting in the 3D as an eagle going to grab something. This shows me that this is you. Okay, this is the gift that you're gonna get, because you're gonna be able to go down into the lower world and go back up and go back down, and be very you know, gain wisdom, gain a lot of wisdom and experience from this, or gain a lot of wisdom from this experience. Okay, you will be a mystical shaman. You already are, but even more, like you will have even more. This is a skill that you don't have yet, or a skill that you're just gaining because you did this. This will bring you this special particular gift, you know what I mean? You may have a ton of other ones, obviously, you know, here you have a lot of them because of what you did before. But it's like now you have the intuition of consciously going back, and you don't want to do it. But the fact of doing it is going to make you gain a skill. And I'll see maybe the next few ones are going to tell me what they are, but it's definitely a very wisdomy, earthy skill with the eagle, the shaman with the eagle beak, you know. It's like it's almost like you have the skill of metamorphosis. You can go into the lower world, put on that suit, and blend in. Might it be a like metaphorical suit, not like a literal suit or not a real suit. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like you can blend in into another environment that is lower to you, and like you're like this, but people see you like this there, like an actual ego. But in reality, you're only going in like this. They just can't see it because they don't have the vision to see you the way exactly that you are. It's like this might be the skill that you're gaining. Like you're able to transform into, blend in into a world where, if you can, to your like or to your need, you can go down, help someone get something, and then bring it back into the 45D, like bring it back into the light. And you can do it almost anonymously, like nobody knows you're being of light except you and the ones that are able to see it. This is also a world where you're going to feel unappreciated, the lower world, because people will not see who you truly are. So this is something that you don't like for many different reasons. It could be from any point of thing. It could be work, it could be romantic, it could be family, it could be whatever it is. It's a world that you're not going to feel appreciated because people do not see who you are really. They see an ego. They don't see you. They don't see your light. They don't see where you come from. They have no idea who you are. Like they see what lives here. It's like being a human and not being able to see angels, archangels, and guides, because you're in your suit and you can't see them anymore. That's where they are. You have a special suit. You have a special ability to be seen there, to do your work. But then you can get out of this world and gain back your divine self, reach back your divine self, and you are in you are transformed in there. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you look like really. They don't know your abilities. They don't know anything about you really. Now for some reason I'm being drawn to this card. So is it that this is La Maison, the house card? Is it family or something that has to do with your home environment? Just because I've been drawn to this card, is it something that has to do with your home environment? Maybe, I don't know. But you're going to be rewarded for what you did. Not just rewarded, this is a skill that you're acquiring. Because through all this, you're not forgetting that you are a healer, that you are enlightened, that you were sent here on a mission by the ancient ones. Sacrifice your well-being in your divine self when you are surrounded by people that recognize what you have and who you are, and going into a world where you're going to be treated like the world, that like people in the lower world treat each other, because they don't see, they can't see, that's just where they are, they can't. But you're there to get somebody, or to save somebody, save something. Is it is it somebody that's in the lower world that has ancient ones that want them to come out? You know what I mean? Like you're being sent by something I don't know, maybe I don't want to get into too much details because this is, general. But it's there is this feeling in there. There's something that you have to get there. But just the fact of doing it is going to teach you how to transform and and have maybe also have a conscious doing this transition consciously. The lower world, the upper world, the upper world, lower, middle, and upper. Yeah, maybe it's something that. Oh, that just went away just as quickly as it came. But I already said it just before. It just went away. I can't remember. It might come back. Yeah, doing it consciously, doing being able to do the transition consciously, going from each world consciously. Yeah, because you're not gonna have. I mean, you're not gonna have a choice. You have a choice. You have many paths. But look at this, what I just saw. On the many path, you have this heart shape thing right here, especially with that very characteristic, you know, like a curvy heart here. And look here. In the lower world card, it's here. This is the path you have to take. You have many paths that you can choose from, but choose the one that you're feeling drawn to. You're gonna have to go there and get. If you want this skill, you're gonna have to do it. Okay? I don't know how it's gonna display for you, and I don't know if it has already. And it's not negative. It's not quand on dit une punition, it's not something bad. It's not you're not being grounded. You're not being, punished for something. It's something that is going to get you here, that is going to give you this skill, that is going to allow you to be able to do this, because then you'll do it a lot easier. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to move on just to the last three cards and see, because we have the Ace of Fire, the Rattle, and the Earth Keeper. I think you will be drawn to what you're supposed to get there. Oh, it's such a cute message. It's such a it's such a cute it's such a cute message. Oh my god. Okay, so you're gonna have. Okay, no, hold on. Let me get three cards and let me turn them around and explain what I'm getting, because this is really it's reassuring, I think, and it's such a I don't know why this is such a cute message. Okay, so you're gonna have to do this. This is what you're gonna have to get. That Ace of Fire. This is what you're gonna have to get, because look, you see how it's on the ground and there is all this foliage around it? There is a little fairy, where is she? A fairy sitting over here. So it's like this is what you're reaching for. I think this is what you have to find. You know how I'm talking about reaching a hand into the darkness to bring another one into the light? So see, you're going into the foliage, grabbing this into the foliage of the lower world. And in this lower world, it might be where this heart is. You see how it's shining over here? I think you're going, if it's not something, it's someone. You're going to get something that's lost in the lower world. It's still shining. It's not a bright light. I mean, it's brightening the whole thing, but you can see still that it's just a lantern with a small candle there's not much to burn, this candle is not going to last all day. You know, it's probably even starting to dim a little bit. You're going in to grab this. If it's not if it's not something, it's someone, because yeah, if it's not something, it's someone, because it's a oh, I'm getting shivers. It's a light of it's another being of light. It's another soul. It's another thing that's divine and that's lost in the lower world. They don't know they don't know how they you know what I mean? They don't know any better. They don't know how to combat it. You have to save this. That's so cute. It's such a Oh, I'm getting emotional over this. I don't know why. It's just the message is just so adorable. This is you. You're sending this, and you have to get this lantern. You have to get this this soul, this being, whoever is in the lower world and doesn't know, because this is where the heart is. It's right under this light, and I think this light is the lantern. You have to go and get it, and you're gonna feel drawn to it, because for me the Rado is always my calling card, my call. You're gonna feel drawn to this. You're gonna feel drawn to this lantern, to this Ace of Fire. This is your this is what you have to save. This is who you have to save, if I can use the term saving. You know, it's they are in the lower world and they don't know any better. But I think they'll see your light, as the other ones won't be able to. They will see your light, and on a more general message, this is what you have to. Okay, on a more general message, it could be for this, for example, for this reading, it could be one particular occasion where you're feeling reluctant to do this, because you don't want to go back in the dark, because you don't want to go back. You feel like you've grown, you're over it now, and you don't want to go back in the lower world. You want to stay in your upper world. If we want to take this more general, if we don't want to say that this is you're sent on a mission now, or you have been sent on one mission and you're going to gain one skill, we can see it a lot more globally. This is what you have to do on a global thing, as many times as you want. You go back in, you grab your beings of your lanterns, you grab the ones that will recognize you. You will recognize them, because they'll be shining, and they have that little fairy there. You will be drawn, and with the heart, I really feel you're gonna feel drawn. Like, you have many paths, but you're gonna be called to do this. It's gonna be a calling of the heart, to go back down and to not attach, to grab someone that's in the 3D, and to bring them back up into the light. If it's not just one occurrence for this, it could be just an all the time thing. Maybe it's more general. Either way, you have to start somewhere. And to start somewhere, you have to listen to your intuition, because the ancient ones are going to be speaking to you through your heart. They're going to show you which path to take, and they will guide you when you're there. And they'll take you directly to what you have to who or what you have to take from there. Man, ooh, I'm getting shivers. It's a beautiful message, and it all ties in, and it's just so, oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, ancient ones goes here. But yeah, and for me the Pachamama card, because she has these wings like the eagles, the eagle. Not Pachamama, the Earth Keeper. I think it's a symbol of you too. The shifting between the divine and the earth plane. The divine and the 3D. You're still... You look like this, but they see this, you know? You look like this, you know, with your fake beak, but they see this. It's like you have so much light because of this. It reminds me, even here, this is very light. There's so much light that they only see your outline. And their brain is making up the rest. For them, you're looking like just an eagle. A beautiful being. Respected. Beautiful being. But they have no idea what's behind. They have no idea that behind this shape that they see, this eagle shape, there is actually a mystical shaman, just a pure being of wisdom behind this. Okay, okay, hold on. Let me just, I'm gonna pull a card from this, there you go, Native American Oracle. And I'm using this deck to just clarify, like if there is a point that wants to be made clear. You know, one a clarifier for the whole spread, a point that is very important, maybe the most important point of the reading, an emphasis on something. Yep. Hold on, I'm moving this because last time I was at this part and it shut off. So I want to make sure that it doesn't do it. Okay, let's see. Because I'm definitely seeing... is this... It's one or the other. Oh my god, and there is the eagle. I think these are the ancient ones. Why am I saying that? Because when I'm looking at these two cards, this card, she has that kind of brown thing to her, almost like because it looks like over on him, he has some sort of, I don't know if it's bison hair or very and it's similar to the coat that she's wearing. And he has this little thing, bell ringing, and the rattle is here, the calling. And at the bottom you have the eagle, and the eagle is you. Like they're sending you on, you're being sent on a quest, or like you have been approved and now you're being sent to do your mission. So this is clarifying that you will be guided, that you are protected, and that you are that the calling that you're feeling, or that the calling that you're answering, stems from, or let's put it this way, it's not pure coincidence that you're doing, that you're feeling drawn to what you have to do. It's you're being guided to do it. Okay, you're being guided and you have been approved to do this, because I think that with everything that you have been through, now you are you passed the test, and now you're stronger for what you have to do. You're afraid, so the fact of you being afraid puts you as a messenger of earth, puts you as a child, you know, in the thing of a child, you know, because of the messenger of earth, she's quite young. But the moment you let the fear go away and you actually do what you're supposed to be doing, you'll be gaining a lot. You'll be like them. You'll be like them. You'll be like a mystical shaman, you know. Now I'm just gonna pull just, you know, whatever cards fall down, can be as many, you know. I'm gonna do like 4 or 5, and then I'll place them on the, oof, jeez, hold on. And then there's another one that flew. Where is it? Crap, I don't know where it is. I don't know if I'll be able to find it because it fell behind, like. Yeah, it fell behind a bunch of stuff, I think. That's weird. It's like I saw it fly off and it's almost like it disappeared. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna do a few more to conclude this message. One or two more to conclude this message. I'm loving this. This is a beautiful. Okay. Hup. Let me get the other one that fell. They keep falling. And I'm gonna place them. So this is the first card that fell down. It's mental conflict. And I think this is just a clarifier for your messenger of earth here. And even the 5 of earth. They're both one under the other. You're feeling reluctant. You don't know if this is what you're supposed to do. Like, you feel drawn to it, but you're not sure if that's what you have to do, because to you it feels too risky. It feels too risky for you. So you're really divided. You're like, am I supposed to do this really? Like, are you sure? Am I sure I want to do that? Like, it just seems wrong. It just seems, I did so much work to get out of it. I did so much work to get out of the lower world myself that I feel like going back in is just going to suck me back in and I'm going to get lost in it. Okay? I don't know if I can put them in order as I speak, or I can just... If I want to put them in order, I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to put it with the messenger of water. Partnership and alliances. I think this is just a clarifier again that you are not working alone. You're working in... The fact that you're hearing the call is a proof that you're not alone in life. You're here for something more, and you're being guided and protected through everything that you do. You're being sent on the mission, but you're being sent on the mission with an equal give and take. And you're going to be that much more rewarded for it, for doing what you have to do. Might it be a single occurrence for this time, depending on some people, or might it be a lifetime things, you know, like you're going to be doing it for, you have one thing that you have to do to get your foot in the door, you really don't want to do it, but then you're gonna come out and you're gonna be like, oh my god, like this, that's all I have to do. I just have to go there and and bring that lantern, bring that thing out of there, so they can see more light, like so they know that they're not alone themselves. Because I mean, when you're looking at the lower world and you see the lights, there's a few lights in the lower world, a few people that are there. The light is dim. Some lights are dimmer than others, and they don't want to be, you know, there's almost this feeling of like being lost forever if they're not saved. Is this gonna be the... I want to put the spiritual union with these two cards again. Spiritual union and partnership and alliances. Spiritual union with ancient ones, You're answering your call. You're partnering up. Next you have the power card. And I would put the power card maybe as the mystical shaman. Hold on, do I have a... Yes, but no, it's not the one it's a similar card as the seer. It's still you. But I'm gonna put it with the seer. Why? Because there is a feline in the card also. Down here. You're gonna go into the path that you're supposed to. Even though you have many paths, you're gonna go into the one that you're feeling drawn because of that heart here. And it's gonna be a sign of you're gonna be powerful for doing it. This is gonna bring out your power. This is gonna show your power to yourself and to them. And the last card is the light. This is what you're reaching for. This is what you are, and this is what you're reaching for. You're gonna be finding you're gonna find the light in the darkness. And you're gonna light them up even more. Okay? Alright, so that's it for now. Very beautiful message. Good luck on your quest, if you have several, or if this is just your calling and you're just going to be doing this in general way, or if this is an occurrence where you're feeling drawn to go back to a 3D situation that you feel is going to drain you, but in the end it's actually going to teach you something even more. The fact of being able to go in and out and transform yourself in order to blend in, but in the end you go there incognito and you just harvest, I guess I can say harvest, as you walk, those lost being of light that don't know they're being of lights, because their light is getting smaller and smaller because they're surrounded by darkness. And if there's nobody or nothing to ignite that flame, then it's their light may get, they're gonna be lost for a long time. Okay, it's a beautiful message. Good, congratulations on everything you've done, because you've acquired the power to do this, to be able to go back there. Okay, and the fact of leaving your light home, you'll be that much more grateful to go back to your light home after you've done this, because you'll come back to your light home with another talent, another skill, and another gift, and another soul or being or thing that you got out of there, that you saved from there. Okay? All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.